Hey guys, so here's the notes for 5.4 day 1. We are going to do long division with polynomials. Now before we do this, let's go ahead and go back to how do we actually do long division with numbers. So let's say we wanted to divide, we have this number here, by 6. There you go. So we have basically 564,710 divided by 6. Okay, so the first thing is we're going to take the 6, and that's going to be on the outside. We have our division bar here, and we put the bigger number inside, or really the first number inside there, okay? Now, the idea is that we want to get close to these values as much as possible. And we're going to think 6 times what gives us these values. So let's start with the 5. Can 6 go into 5? No. So remember, that means that we need to actually now couple the 5 and the 6 to make it 56. So now we need to think, okay, can 6 go into 56 evenly? Well, not quite, but the highest that it can go into is 9 times. So what's 6 times 9? That gives us 54, okay? So here we always want to get, if we can, exactly the number, but if not, the closest that we can. So now we're going to subtract. So I do 56 minus 54 gives me 2. And then the next number I need to bring down. So now the 6 and 24, can 6 go into 24 evenly? Yes. How many times? 4 times. Now also notice where I'm placing my numbers. 5, it couldn't work, so then I had to use 56, and that's where I put my 9. So now I kind of continue on from there in my placement. Okay, so now I get 0. I bring my 7 down, okay? Can 6 go into 7 evenly? No, but at most, how many times can it go into it? 1 time. So we got 6 and 1, so 6 times 1 gives us 6. And once again, I subtract. So you'll see a pattern here, and we're going to use that same pattern when we do with polynomials. So I do 7 minus 6 gives me 1. Once again, I bring down my next number. Now 11. Can 6 go into 11 evenly? No. But at most, how many times can it go into it? Well, only 1. So if I do 6 times 1, that does give me 6. I subtract, and now I get 5. And I bring down my last number here, which is a 0. Can 6 go into 50 evenly? No. But at most, how many times can it go into it? Well, it can go into it at most 8 times. Okay? So if you do 6 times 8, that's going to give us 48. And then we subtract, and we get 2. Now we have no more numbers to bring down here, if you notice. So what is that 2 really representing? Well, remember, it talked about any numbers that are left over. This is what we call our remainder. Okay? So like today, you might get some remainders here. Now, if we really wanted to show what this meant, we could add it to the end of our answer. So we could put plus, and then we take our 2 and put it over our 6. Okay? Now, what does this really mean, the plus 2 6? Well, that is our remainder, but if you put that into your calculator, right, that is also 1/3, which is also 0.33. So we wanted to write 94,118 as a decimal. This could be represented as 94,118 .33. And of course, that would go on forever. Okay? So that's what that plus 2 6 over can also represent. And we can see if this is actually correct in our calculator. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. So I'm taking my number, so I got to do 564,710 first and divide by 6. And notice we do get that 0.33. So that is represented by that fraction, adding it, the 2 6, or we could also rewrite that as, of course, we know, as a decimal. Okay? Okay, make sure you watch the next video. That's when we're going to get into dividing polynomials using long division.